Yay.
What's up, everybody? We're back, another fun fucking episode. Thank you guys for coming on. This is Patrick, Eady.
Oh, dude, fucking Jake Rhodes, you're the fucking man, bro. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, no problem, man. Jamal, I spelled your name wrong.
Yeah, it's Jamal Rahal.
It rhymes.
I was like, oh, Rahul. That's like a Batman. It was like Ra's al Ghul, and then I was like, no, I really don't know this guy, and I'm just like doing internal mild racism about him in my head before
Ain't nothing mild about it, baby.
Yeah, last night TJ was like, "Oh, Jamal Rahal." I'm like, "Okay, now I'm a drag queen. Thanks, dude."
You called
Rahal's
it
drag race.
You called it JT. So we're just off to a bad start around the whole group.
No, we're getting bookings, man. This is called networking, pussy.
Yeah, it's called networking. Yeah, your name is whoever I fucking say
And
you are.
Let me tell you something, man.
We're actually here, Jake, because we didn't get paid for last night yet.
Oh well, this is how the show's gonna go.
Jake Rhodes, baby. Jake Rhodes is a sick name, though. Jake Rhodes sounds like a guitar player or some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
or a drummer, I guess.
Yeah, drummer. Somebody last night was just like a baseball player from like the '80s, like a coked up baseball player.
Oh, like he played for the Mets, dude.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen the documentary on the Mets where they were just coked up and on speed, and they took a team picture, and they're all just like,
oh my god,
they are crushing it too.
The picture of Brian Bosworth from like the late.
Let's go, dude.
Dude. His iris or pupils are like the same exact size as his irises, so he just looks like he has just black dots.
You would do speed, and then you do smelling salts before you go on the field too.
Yeah,
you used to be cranked out.
Well, like I didn't know, like I was like the human body is capable of withstanding so much pain because the Boz is like he's on speed, he's on coke, he's on meth, he's on roids. And he's rolling on like 80s ecstasy, not this fucking like bullshit like methadone, like the good
research chemicals,
baby, yeah. And he's a fucking star athlete, and he's like 250 solid muscle. and I, people on the TV are like, oh well, there's microplastics. I'm like, dude, we are capable of withstanding so much.
Microplastics, you fucking communist. This guy is a lab research chemical. And that's why we talk about wrestlers a lot too, man. It's because like they're just fucking. Every day you got pain, like you would take painkillers.
Oxy, yeah.
Because you drink 4 beers, you can stay cut and you can get hammered off 4 beers.
Because you're like 2% body fat year round or whatever the fuck.
Because we woke up this morning, we saw, Mickey 17 earlier?
Yeah, that movie ruled.
It was all, and we had a little bit of hangout. I gave him some Kratom.
Oh, I always eat that shit.
Oh, dude, Kratom's like such a nice little, but it's like what a baby drug that is. Like it's just a painkiller you buy from a fucking smoke shop.
Yeah,
which is sick.
They have the really strong ones called 7-0. That's what I've been eating. So it's the shit in Kratom that gets you fucked up, but it's super concentrated and it's actually just like Oxy. And I've been eating them every day for like. I don't ever try it, guys. You guys know this saga.
No, guys, we're gonna try
Gas station Oxy saga. You guys don't do it.
Gas station Oxy. Gas station Oxy sounds like a great Dillinger Escape Plan song.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like one of those like noise bands. Dude, no, I was watching the Iron Claw and all of the like.
What a sad fucking film.
Dude, that ending where he's like, we'll be your brother's dad. I was like,
Oh, dude. Well, every wrestling movie, like I was watching The Wrestler. I was telling him about it with Mickey Rourke.
Oh, a great movie.
And there's a scene where, like he's just trying to like get paid, and they're doing like some hardcore match. He's like, "So what's the deal with the staple gun?" He's, I'm just gonna hit you a few times, and it's way worse.
Yeah.
It's way worse coming out than it is going in. And then the next scene is just glass and barbed wire and blood everywhere.
Jesus.
Did you see that video of him where he was talking about Trump and how he got visited by the FBI?
Yeah, that happened.
And the interviewer was Pierce Morgan. He's like, what did you say? And he was like, some things. And he's like, do you care to share them on the show? And he's like, no. And he's like, what are you thinking right now? And he goes, read my mind.
He never breaks character, man.
No, dude, he's incredible, man.
That run.
That old like kayfabe stuff was like so interesting.
Well, you were talking about before the podcast how Stone Cold was on Punk'd, and that guy was just like, you're his boss.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You think you can ask him to get what he wants? Because kayfabe is like my favorite thing about old wrestling is like, so say like you're a comic, right, and like you don't travel anywhere else. Like the second you bomb on stage, you're just like, well, how can I book you again? So if you're like an old wrestler and like you get your ass kicked at a bar, there's like, how the fuck am I gonna have you fucking wrestle in front of these retards? And have them believe you.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Because like at the same time, it's like not that if. I don't want to. We get frustrated when we meet comics. We're always on, right? But if you're like a big ass wrestler, like I want to be intimidated a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, we went to White Swan, and there was a death metal show, and it was a death match, and there was this big ass guy. His name was called the Hustle Weight, And he was huge. He was like 6'4", 420. I'm like, dude, I like your gimmick. He's like, it's not a fucking gimmick. And he just walked away. I'm like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Those old guys like Harley Race and those dudes that would just like,
What's your finish, kid?
yeah, like they would just, they like would, I remember watching the, like hearing Ric Flair talk about it, and then a couple of other guys of just like, yeah, you do 200 shows a year and you're drunk like 300 days out of the year, and not like a few beers drunk, like completely gone. Dude, his fucking interview where he was talking about this was on Rogan, when he was on Rogan with Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He would almost cop to like fucking a 14-year-old girl, Ric Flair would, and then Tony would just have to interject. Like, because
Oh
Ric
my
Flair would be
God.
like, oh, you know, Joe, back in the day, sometimes we'd put them out in the newspapers, any age, any size. And Rogan would be like, and then Tony would be like, now, didn't you and Andre the Giant, you guys used to drink, and he could drink how much wine? And Rick would go, oh, several bottles, Joe, but again, those girls, I'd check IDs, and I'd say, oh, I don't know about, oh, come on back. And Rogan would be like, oh, those are, so you and Hulk, right?
Hey, you know, Joe, I won my 18th title on Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
I went down the slide.
It was one of my most one of the most bizarre, because I'm like, he comes from an era where like those guys were doing literally whatever they wanted. Like Vince McMahon is literally the devil.
100%.
Some of those fucking text messages, dude, is crazy shit.
And he got off. He's not going to get charged for any of that shit. He got off. He completely got off. They dismissed the whole case.
What the fuck?
Why?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it happened in the Super Bowl because he was a photograph of the Super Bowl, and the next day there's like, by the way, this is all gone. This is all gone. Well, part of it was like, it's more of a human. I don't know, man. It's a very crazy thing because it's like he legally had control of this girl's life.
Yeah, yes.
And they couldn't prosecute him on it.
I don't know. That's insane. I didn't know
Because it's sexually trafficking, but I was just like, also Vince McMahon, like. I mean, as far as like Hollywood producers got Scary Connects on shit. You know Scary Connects, this guy's fucking got.
Oh yeah, you
Saudi Arabian Connects.
And Trump, him and Trump are boys. They go way back. Dude, Coinbase, the fucking crypto thing that ripped off a bunch of people, they were gonna get fucking torn to pieces by the federal government, right? They donate $77 million to the Trump campaign, and then that charge goes bye-bye.
Yeah, that's up his politics, man.
That's so awesome.
Oh, you mean we're against the law? Let's pay our way out of it.
Yeah. How much money you got, buddy? Yeah.
I mean, everything's for sale, baby. That's just how it is, man.
Dude, that shit's so fucking sick.
Because even crypto now, it's like it's.
If you could talk into the microphone a little bit,
My bad. I saw you mess with the levels earlier. I was like, fucking.
It's me. I was too tight. You're fine if you just have it right here.
Too tight. I've never seen you be too tight, Jake.
Yeah.
Speaking of too tight, Jamal Rahal, give it to him, baby. Oh man, no, it's such a cool all this fucking time right now. It's even like in Houston, you know. I mean, it's like I feel like we're GTA 6 characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
You too?
I mean, just how this whole life is, just fucking going from town to town, having fun. And I don't know. I like when people come to Houston and it's like a weird final frontier. It's like the final stage, like in a Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
It's like it's Saint Denis a little bit. Yeah.
It's a fucking weird
Perfect
spot.
way to put that.
That's why I was telling Jamal, I think last time we were in the green room of Secret Group, I was like, I love doing the Secret Group because it's like, I don't want to say it's a hard room to do well in, but like, I don't know, some of those late night crowds can be fucking ruthless. And if you can like corral them like sheep, then you know that you are got a good set because it's like they're all over the place. They're so drunk. They're so coked up. And, so is everybody else. But it's like when you're the comic.
We ain't pointing fingers.
Come on, man.
Well, I mean, that's why Jamal's like style and my style too. We had to develop that kind of style where like you basically have to corral them in, you know?
Yeah, just scream at them.
Yeah. And how many times you see like if somebody has like if their bag isn't that fucking deep full of tricks. Like, you open up with the pedophile joke? Tried that. That was year one for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like any bullshit, you're just like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
I automatically don't respect you because you have a microphone, which I do appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it. You think you're fucking better than me?
Yeah.
You're fucking better than me
So
up there?
you bought a ticket to see me? Yes, bitch, I am better than you.
Yeah. You're here right now. You paid $5 whole to
You're
come
not
to
getting
Eado.
those $5 whole back,
Never.
bitch.
You got to fucking kill me to get that money. You got to kill my mother to get that money.
I'm so scatterbrained. I was like stuck on the. I'm still stuck on the old school. I remember like Undertaker talking about the kayfabe thing of like his policy of like if anyone broke it around him, they were like dead to him, or whatever. And like now, I think it's like I can't imagine going into a bar in like the '80s, right?
Yeah.
And there's a dude there dressed like a ghost. And you want to call him a homo because what grown man? Hey, my name is called the Vampire, and you're like, what the fuck? And that guy can break your spine in half.
Yeah.
If he's 6'6" and he's wearing fucking face paint in a bar, I'm not talking to him.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'm talking to that guy first.
You see
What are
that
you
huge
talking
homo
about?
over there? Don't look.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Yeah.
Well, because like they would talk about like they would go to they'd have certain hangouts they go to and shit like that, like places, and like you wouldn't know.
Oh, hey, buddy, what you doing?
He would he dressed like a biker. Remember like the American Badass?
yeah, American Badass. Yeah, the Kid Rock era.
Yeah, I'm not dead anymore. I'm just racist.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. That was right after 9/11.
It was actually in 2000 it happened.
Was it?
So it was Judgment Day. I'm about to be a nerd real quick. Sorry, Jamal.
That's fine,
But
man.
it was Judgment Day 2000. The Rock and Triple H had a big Iron
get
Man
out, buddy.
match. It was a big Iron Man match,
Watch your beer, Pat.
which is like a 60-minute match. And then homeboy, do you know what kayfabe is?
What do you think about that?
Do you want a bone? You want to take a seat? What? What kind of breed are you? What? Are you a mutt? What? I don't discriminate. What? Kibbles?
I think
Bits?
we scared him.
Alpo?
He said bits. He came back. He's like, I like running bits.
I like bits.
You want to punch up my act, Vince? You want to give me a tag?
I know.
hear my pedophile joke?
Which one? How old? Some places.
What did we play say?
My beer. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
That's fine. Keep going, boys.
Any age, any size.
That's no good. Who cares? I got to throw that rug anyway.
The wife's gonna be pissed, dude.
Dude, she hates me.
I
She
get
wants
it,
me
dude.
dead.
I know, dude. She's
can't-
two lesbians living in warfare all the time.
This is a lesbian's house. It does kind of look like a lesbian's house a little
Nah,
bit.
dude, I was actually very disappointed by the soap collection when I went in your bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Nicer soap.
Dude, that's the guest room, though. The guest room is like the studio / my office / where I go to like either record or like write music or whatever. It looks like shit in there because that's like my wife has completely made that room. Like she's like, that's your place.
Yeah.
It looks like a place where you
Yeah,
come
yeah.
off methadone.
It's like
That's
a
what it looks
dog
like.
kennel.
I was just about to say, that's your kennel, dude.
Yes, yeah, that's my kennel.
That's where you take Suboxone.
It's just like goon all day.
100%.
Yeah. I'm on my edging carnival.
So when you say goon, is that like hockey? You touch the tip or go to the shaft. All right, next question.
Stone Cold.
I don't think it was a question, big dog.
Oh my God. I can't believe they finally got Stone Cold to come to Arlen, Texas.
I like charcoal better, Hank. What you got to say about that?
Accessories, what are those? You feel special?
Do I seem special?
It's so funny that he's like as far as like a Texas redneck goes, like he's a pretty progressive guy. You know, like I've seen a couple of like interviews of him where like he has like a political worldview that you wouldn't expect Stone Cold to have, and I don't know if it's because of like.
I think because he works in TV, and I think it's also it's a combination of two, kind of like over a time, like people have this idea of you,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like you hear comments like I kind of hate my fans because they come up and just say wild shit.
Yes.
And like we like saying wild shit, but that doesn't give you fucking license to come up and say like, oh dude, like I remember like. Somebody was in my fucking as another comic. He's like, "Oh, I wrote this bit. I think it would be better if you said." And it was like Hulk Hogan saying the N-word. I'm like, "No, it's better if nobody says this.
Yeah, for real.
This bit sucks. Like you're trying to sabotage me."
Yeah.
I met you at a fucking bar in Spring, and we had a nice conversation. But don't write for me like this.
He
Yeah.
was like, dude, I got a great type 5 for you. It's just the hard R over and over and over.
I think
again,
I haven't
yeah.
thought of that.
Yeah. Fucking amateur.
That was
Yeah,
your
how many
thing.
fucking DMs I get like, dude, you're so fun. We got to split a bag. We write a joke about this. I'm like, lose my fucking Instagram.
Lose
What
it.
the fuck?
There was a period where I kept giving my number out to white rappers.
Why are you trying to let him fuck you in your ass?
Yeah, I know what the
Oh,
fuck.
dude, I wanted to be more drug dealers.
no.
Remember that guy Wyatt we knew?
Oh my god, this dude. You're talking about the dude with the long hair, right? Bro, there was this one time we're doing the Dirty Show, and he fucking just airdrops a picture of his dick to everyone in the crowd, whoever opened it.
Came in the green room to tell us.
Yeah, and we had to kick him out immediately, dude. This dude was a lunatic.
Oh, dude.
He just mass text picture of his hog to the whole
Yeah,
to the whole
dude,
club.
like Jesus.
Not a comic, bust in the green room. I'm so excited to tell us what he did.
Yeah,
Dude,
and we're
it's like your
you-
dog taking a shit in the living room. Be like,
Yeah.
"Here's what I made."
Yeah, for real.
That's straight a ticket straight to jail.
100%.
Yeah, that's
I was like, you just admitted to a felony, you fucking pervert. The fuck is wrong with you?
You know 6s and 7s?
Yes.
One time we were hanging out there, and like he gets drugged, and we know this because he says like, "It's happening again."
Oh my God.
He runs out.
You got drugged?
No, we're talking about Wyatt.
He runs out and I have to go home right now.
It's happening again? What the fuck did he get drugged with?
I don't know. That place is so sketchy. 6s and 7s.
Hell yeah,
It's right
dude, I
next
love
to
it.
the Riot.
Yeah, the that club. Yeah. I feel like Houston. I have a lot of friends who get roofied, but nothing bad.
Okay, what's the common denominator? I got a lot of friends who get roofied. It's like, who's always there, Jay?
Well, like,
Something you want to tell us?
yeah, I got a side.
into a crime?
I got a side hustle I'm into these days. I'm the fucking Austin Rainy Street killer. There's a guy. So like, there's I swear, I think it's just gay guys getting really high on fucking poppers and GHB and driving those gay scooters into the fucking river. That's what I
100%
think.
happening. Yeah.
But everybody's like, you know these like true crime amateur like TikTok ladies that are like they play spooky music under it and they're like 10 men have been found drowned in the river in Austin, Texas. And then
It's just dudes having a good time.
it's like and then it shows pictures of all of them like the night that they drowned. It's like from an Instagram story and they're like
Fucking
shit.
they're fucking hammered on a scooter. They fell over, dude.
And they're like, and it's like, is there something more sinister going on? It's like
Scooters are killing.
Yeah, the cocaine in Austin sucks.
cocaine, gay sex, like, and just having a dope ass time.
Swag.
That's it, dude. That's it. Like I hate this because everything now has to be content. It all has to be true crime.
Everything is.
Everything, even what I'm doing right now. But this is a comedy show. Like I'm not making it. Anyway, all
Nobody
these
died yet.
Night's young. It's like 20 fucking times I see the Austin Rainy Street gay guy killer. They don't. That's not what it's called. But
No, the gay guy killer's out, dude.
yeah,
It's not Ghostface, it's Cockface.
yeah. It's I'm like, what are we doing? Like, and then every time they pull a body out, it's like this one had a cut on it, and it's like, dude, those scooters go like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen so many people drunk as fuck eat shit on those things and really fuck
We've
themselves
seen
up.
people get hit by cars in front of the C group, dude, all the time. It's awesome.
Dude, they should not have brought those to Houston.
Yeah.
I grew up there. People will go 70 down Westheimer. They don't. Nobody
It's
gives a fuck.
Fucking nuts, dude. and they all offer helmets. Now one fucking person takes it.
Yeah, I know.
You don't look gay?
Well,
You want to look
I'm
gay
gay.
on a scooter? You're already on a scooter, you retard.
I'm not a scooter guy.
I don't think you're
dude, I'm trying to
not built for
imagine
a scooter.
Patrick.
I know I'm not built for the goddamn Chinese plastic fucking scooter. So I have a fucking car, Jamal. I know I'm not built for a fucking scooter. Yeah, give me two. Put on my fucking big ass feet.
Dude, that actually
You're not built for that. I know. I got a fucking mirror.
You have the fucking children's toy?
One Camry, please.
Yeah, that's my scooter, my Camry of fucking justice.
I'm trying to imagine Patrick on one of them, but it's got the wild hogs handlebars from like the big.
There's a third wheel. There's a third wheel on it.
Yeah.
It's a tricycle.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. They keep trying to make a big crime scene out of it, but I'm like, I don't know. And I tell people this, and they're like, you just don't want to admit that Austin is a serial killer. I'm like, dude, if Austin is a serial killer, that's awesome.
He's killing
Yeah,
the wrong
that kind of
people.
rules. Yeah.
I can show you 3 mics. These guys got no way to get home.
Yeah,
Grab another beer.
they're just dying to have another
Shall I
Jeffrey
grab
Dahmer
my beer?
somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
Could I have one too, please, actually?
it's also a self-importance too on their part, where it's just like, oh no, I'm tracking a killer.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that was like something like that going around in Houston where like they kept
No, it's
finding...
the same exact profile.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what's weird about
No,
it.
and you know what actually made me like pretty like...
It's next to Big Star.
Yeah. What made me actually pretty happy, like I walked into the green room. Oh, thank you so much. I walked into the green room and it's like Sandra D and Cora Solar and all my black friends. And they're just like, I literally walk in and they're just like, we're just talking about how there's a pretty boy serial killer. We were just talking about, we're worried about you, Jamal. I'm like, oh, thank you. You think I'm pretty? You think I'm cute?
Were you in the green room, Patrick, when that fucking like coked up like norteño fucking dude from Mexico came in there to the green room and was trying to? He was so coked up. He's like, I take all y'all motherfuckers south of the border and I'll have y'all performing for real ass motherfuckers. And he was not saying motherfuckers. He was saying the N word. and
I know that's my friend.
yeah. And he big ass 10-gallon hat. Columbia puffy vest on. He was like
guy sounds awesome.
preppy, rich, like Hispanic dude. And one of the comics was there. Forget his name. He's been on Tony a bunch. He was like, "So are you gonna say we're gonna perform for like cartel guys?" And he was like, "I'm not saying fucking anything like that." And he
got
was
all serious?
he got all serious. And I was like, "Dude, first of all, man, I'm not going to Mexico with you.
Yeah.
I think you're lying.
100%.
I know you're lying because I've done so much cocaine that I've given myself schizophrenia. I know what's happening right now.
Right.
You know.
He's trying to throw you at the bottom of that river, dude.
Yes, yeah, dude. And this was in Houston.
Big dog?
And fucking he's trying to get me to the bayou. And he was like, well, we do all kinds of crazy fucking shit. We do crazy shows. And I was like, he's like, I'll pay you $5,000. And I was like,
What
if I get into a car with you, we're getting pulled over immediately.
100%, dude. We were
I'm getting
rolling
pulled
probable
over
cause.
in Baytown. We're like not making it to anywhere close to the fucking. We're not making it anywhere.
You boys like Mexico?
Can I get one of them?
Oh, absolutely. These are the 9s.
That's all right. I have blood pressure attack. That's why I have my medicine.
Shit, man. Take your medicine, baby. Take your
Thank
medicine.
you.
Going?
Sure. Thank you.
Lip pillows for the boys.
Lip pillars, nose beers.
But yeah, there was that same profile. It's in the Heights, the same shit, but it's kind of a genius kind of thing.
Hold like this part right in front of your mouth. Sorry.
My bad.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm holding this like fucking I feel like Rush Limbaugh on pills. You know, he took so many pills he lost hearing in one ear.
Yeah, dude. Well, he I remember, I don't know if this was like, I'm not a doctor, I don't know how this shit works, but he took so much oxy that he like fucked up his brain's ability to like produce its own like endogenous opiates.
Yeah.
So like if he would like,
Does he have to
get a
supplement
like
it now?
With Oxy.
like like he would like stub his toe and like apparently it would be like the most painful thing in the world because if you do too many opiates, you like don't produce endorphins
Yeah,
like
you
you
don't have
used
pain
to.
management anymore.
Yes. So it's like the way like guys hit on testosterone, they do too much, they have to like be on TRT forever. I guess kind of the same way.
Right.
Wow.
What a fucking badass.
He was,
dude.
yeah, and like that was the time too. Like it was like the 2000 and 2010. Like you can just go to different doctors to get the script read.
Oh, of course, that oxy.
Well, because like now my mom, like she's been in the hospital and shit. Like yes, her painkillers are just like, well, Mrs. Eady, like you just cut the bitch open. The bitch is full of gauze. You got her fucking hooked up to more. She's hooked up more like a router, dude. She has more wires on her than fucking Darth Vader. Just give her a goddamn painkiller.
For real.
It's like, can you take a Tylenol? Like, well, I'll put a fucking gun in my mouth. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude. They did an overcorrection on that. You're good. They didn't. Patrick comes over, give me a beer. I'm gonna throw your trash on. I'm just busting your balls, buddy. Fucking
That's the way, man.
Yeah. Fucking they did it like an overcorrection where like I think they were giving away too much oxy, and then in order to correct that, they said, okay, nobody gets anything. You know what I mean?
I think
And,
one of the reasons the overcorrection though is because the impending lawsuits coming down their ass.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
They're gonna find so many. Like even Ozempic, like people lose a lot of weight. Some people are like losing bone mass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because what happens when you lose too much weight too fast. Everybody's got the Ozempic face, like all the celebrities,
Yeah,
dude.
dog.
Okay,
It looks bad,
people
dude.
look like okay. They're looking like they get buccal fat removal. They lose too much weight too fast, and then they get the biggest veneers.
Yeah.
So everybody's
dude.
like.
Yeah.
Like, and dude, I'm like, you're an A-lister. You were like a beautiful woman or a handsome guy, and it's like Brad Pitt gets new surgery, and he comes on the screen, and he's like,
Can't even open his eyes.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
My
you're
teeth
like-
are so big I can't even breathe right.
For real. It's like fucking Mark Ruffalo's teeth in that goddamn movie we just
Yeah, that
watched,
was
dude.
Mickey 17 is phenomenal. That's
I want to see it.
It rules, dude. It
Robert
rules.
Pattinson apparently refuses vocal coaches in some of his movies.
really.
His accent in this movie is his voice is fucking ridiculous.
Did you ever see
dude.
The Devil All the Time with Tom Holland and him?
Nuh-uh, is it
Great
good?
movie. But he refused. It was set in the Deep South. And,
Oh my god,
dude, Deep South. Go to Netflix tonight. Watch it because Robert Pattinson refused a Southern dialect coach. This was set in like the early 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds exactly, not a little bit. He sounds exactly like Lil Boosie. He's like, motherfucker, I'm a preacher out here, man. I'm out here preaching.
That's why that's my Batman, bro. That's why that's my Batman.
Little boozy Batman, man.
Like Tom Holland did like a really he studied like the 20th century like Southern dialect
like
and had a
that.
coach.
So weird though. They got two Brits to fucking be Southern guys.
And then
what the
like
fuck?
Tom Holland's like, I know what you've been doing to them girls. And it camera cuts to Robert Pattinson and he's like, man, I didn't do nothing like that, man.
Man, you
I'm
caught
like-
me slipping, man.
Shit, man, you probably ain't know
Man,
me,
you
big
tripping,
dog.
man.
And I'm like, how the fuck did anybody sign? Because Robert Pattinson is so good that it was funny and it was believable and it was still great and it's a drama. But also,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, could you just maybe tone that?
I think it's one of those things where you're on the set and I was like, this sounds great. And
Right.
it just comes across like really bad. Like, oh, fuck. It's like you film a sketch, like, this sketch is going to be awesome.
Yeah, like in post, you're like, wait, this isn't
Yeah,
funny
you
at
guys
all.
you guys just mimicking sucking each other's dicks. Well, it was a commentary on
There's
social media.
a scene that sucked all this fucking air out of the room because he's a preacher, Robert Pattinson, and he knocks up this like 15-year-old girl as part of his congregation.
Has one man has to do.
Right.
Oh, Lord, she looked 18, Lord. Why'd you make her look that way, Lord?
She's literally like, Preacher Johnson, we're going to have to go somewhere. And he's like, darling, now, we is a hell of a word. and I'm like, wait, this is a drama. This is like a crime drama.
We is a hell of a word, something that's in my lexicon forever. Oh, my We God. Is a hell of a word, sweetheart.
we isn't anything, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like,
only one of us going to Colorado, baby.
Also, this is 1910. I don't even know if they're doing abortions. You could just fall down some stairs, baby.
Just leave that thing in the woods. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
For real.
God, I love him, dude. He's the best.
No, I liked him in Tenet a lot, too. I like
Dude, Tenet's pretty sick.
Tenet's a way better watch. I mean, the worst thing about that movie is just the sound design. I remember seeing it in theaters. I saw that movie. I was on a second date with a girl during the pandemic, and she leaves like an hour into the movie, and I never hear from her again. She ghosts me, and then I see her at Seeking Group, and she's like, "You don't remember me?" I'm like, "Oh," and she's like, "Yeah, I was just really high on LSD and cocaine at the time. Like, you were living in your car. Like, how were you managing that,
dude?" Seeing Tenet on like a bad trip with coke in my system, I would hang myself.
Dog, during the pandemic?
Yeah, oh my God.
It was, she just did, she's like, I have to go. I'm like, oh, okay, sick. Never texted me back. I didn't hear from like 3 years. I saw her at Secret Group.
That's fucking
Because she kind
crazy.
of looked like a skinny version of Aubrey Plaza. I was a fan.
Oh, yeah, you like
Nice.
that type of thing?
I like a lot of things.
Any consensual adult, you know?
You got
Now-
it all wrong.
You speak to him as my lawyer right now.
my boy Pat all wrong.
You talk to him now. They're trying to take the law and use it against your boy now. He my Johnny Cochran.
Are you an actual attorney?
No, I take X-rays at a dentist.
Oh, yeah. Well, I only ask because it's like sometimes I'll meet comedians that are like, I met this guy in Austin, very funny dude. His name's Eric. Shout out Eric Snader. He's like, he was and is, I think, a practicing like shrink, like not a talk therapist, like a psychoanalyst.
Really?
And
He must be like a dog overstimmied in a fucking open mic.
dude,
This
in the
motherfucker-
green room, he's so fucking funny. He's got a very he's got like an early '90s style, he's an older guy, great comic. Anyway, when I found out he was a shrink, I was like, because you meet people for a lot of like California types, like, what were you doing before stand up? And they go, what?
Yeah, fentanyl.
Yeah.
And I was like, what were you doing? What are you doing right now?
I was
while
driving
you're
scooters into a river.
my dad like runs Coca-Cola, and you go, oh,
That's annoying.
so you're gonna be huge. In
Yeah,
like
that explains a lot of feature
Yeah.
spots.
or like I don't know, like they have like $1 million in credit card debt, which I can respect because sometimes you got to get it how you live.
Yeah,
Shit,
dude.
man.
You gotta spend money to make money,
Shit,
baby.
man.
Come on, man.
Shit, man. Shit, man.
Yeah, boy.
That's a clip right there. Clip that shit up.
I'm gonna send this to my guy. Shout out Nick, and he's the guy that makes all the clips for us. Really great guy, a great video editor, and he's just gonna like not do that one because we said to.
I figured that's. I deal with autists before. I know how you work. I know how the tinker trains go over in your mind.
Dude, fucking his Luke's bit about the fucking vaccine being a part. I don't want to burn his bit. That's such a great bit, but that was cracking me the fuck up, dude.
So I'm a computer science major. Though. I was like, fucking, you another half of it, buddy.
Did you graduate?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's in computer science.
Where'd you go?
University of Houston, Victoria.
Oh, nice.
So I have
nice.
a concentration in digital gaming and simulation, and now I.
Now we're hanging out.
I like how you go now.
Subliminal messages, baby. Subliminal.
Yeah.
Baby, it's a psyop. Don't tell him. Tell him it's a psyop.
When you were talking about being up in those ducks and you were like, but you were doing Stone Cold Voice, like, man of my size up there in the attic.
Oh, dude. They do, like, it's one of those things, too, like shit like this, the way your attic is, having to get that ladder in there and climbing this shithole box and just try not to die. Because I see your return airs right there. That means your system's right far back. It's probably standing straight up.
It is, yeah.
And that guy's fucking, like, it's arcing. Like, it's 24 volts. 24 volts, just, it'll wake you up. Like, if you're like, after lunch, you got a little bit of a slump going.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, get you going.
A lot of our audience is like, it's like we have a really like, it's like a little blue collar guy.
Okay,
So
cool.
when we first started the show, it was just horror stories from me working at plastics plants in Houston with my dad, and then him being like a landscaper and just like every month he would send me a picture of his hand, like a big piece of meat missing from it.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
And he's
Christ.
like, I'm currently arguing with my boss. He's just now telling me that we don't have workman's comp.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, you work with you are the only white guy on the Home Depot team. That's kind of Thomas's.
Well, my dad liked it that way. He loved that. So every time he get hurt, he would just fucking grimace like this, like, Pat, you okay? And he just shakes like, I'm fine. You know? And you know, also if you get fucked up on a job site, you know, if like you can move, there's like, well,
There's
we're
still
not
work to be done, dude.
You want to call the ambulance and basically knock out 6 months worth of paychecks?
yes,
Or you want to fucking just get this fucking done?
Yeah.
Just put some duct tape on it.
My dad
pussy.
used to just smoke fucking cigarettes all the time. They moved the cigars, and the one time I fell through a ceiling, I was working with the guys. They all laughed at me. This was the end of the job, and I fell through the ceiling. And I walk outside to go look at my dad. My dad's welding with a cigar in his mouth. and he stops welding. He senses me, and he's like, "You fell through the fucking ceiling, didn't you?" Fuck, dude. And I cried. I was a little fat kid. I was 16 years old crying in this guy's driveway.
That's so awesome,
sucked,
dude.
Fucking drywall on your ankle, dude.
Oh, dude, I had to pick it all up off the stairway. And the guy was like, it was like a huge job. It was like a $25,000 job. The guy got 2 zonings. He never called us again.
Oh, I wonder why.
The shit worked. And my dad always let me know, too, because we'd always drive by that guy's house. Yeah, that's where you fell through the ceiling. It worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Except for you.
Thomas was telling me that they were cutting down this tree in this guy's yard, and they had like cordoned off in front of the part of the tree, and they left a little opening of the tape, caution tape, so they could get in and out.
Right.
He was like an arborist for a while, and the old guy that they were working on his lawn was one of those dudes, like boomer as fuck, really nice house, really wealthy up in North Dallas. And he's one of those guys that's like, he's going to watch you do the job that you've trained to do for 10 years and tell you that if he was in your position, this is how he would do it.
Right.
And he was standing under where they're literally chopping off 30, 40-pound branches. And they're like, hey, branch down, boom. And then they're like lowering it down. And this dude like walks in through where the caution tape is. And he's like, I wouldn't tie off there. That's not going to hold you. And fucking one of Thomas's coworkers like, man, this is a fucking 10-inch thick piece of sycamore. Like, it's got me. And he's like, no, it don't. It don't got you at all. And he's like, hey, man, we're dropping, like, wood. We're about to drop some of these limbs, so I need you to get out of the way. And he's like, nah, it's my lawn.
That's so
Oh, my God.
That's so
I'm just watching, make sure you guys are
I want you to fucking kill me. I will move. I will die before I move.
that
on.
literally. And so they're like, so his boss is like, sir, I really need you to move. And he's just like, so he like walks back a little bit and then like is having a conversation and like yelling at one of the, I forget, I wish he was here to tell it. Anyway, he like walks in the pathway and barely misses. They drop a massive like 6-7 foot long branch, boom, just lands right at his feet. And he's like, no, that could have killed me. It's like, dude, we told you to go.
Told your dumb ass.
But she asked for a discount afterwards. That motherfucker.
Those guys, yeah, they always did that shit.
Well, you know, I respect it. I mean, like, you know, home ownership too. I get everybody trying to fuck you all the time.
yes.
I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, hey, let's have a reasonable level of trust here. And like the way my dad would always do shit too. Like every once in this lady was like, hey, can you fix my system? My dad. I follow my dad up there. I take pictures for him. He's sitting at the top of the ladder, looking around about 15 minutes. I'm like, can we go? He's like,
Yeah.
He says they would go downstairs. He talks to the lady. She's like, what do you think? He's like, you should bulldoze this place and start over. There's no way this shit will ever fucking work. And you can pay me as much money in the fucking world, you're never going to be happy.
Yeah.
That's what my dad always told me. He's like, look, man, if a guy wants to spend fucking $8,000 to fix this little problem, the problem doesn't go away, he's going to fucking hound you and hound you and hound you.
Yeah.
It ain't fucking worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm a chuck in a truck. It's just me. And then my dad, like that's the bit I had, like losing an argument to a stroke victim.
Yeah.
It happens every goddamn week for me.
Yeah.
You know? And then, you know, we have installers come out, and I know I've been working with those guys for a while. But every AC company's kind of like that now. If you're not like a big company, like, you know what John Moore is? You heard of John Moore? Mm-hmm. Right? So they had these customers, they had these guys come in and blow insulation all in their, and then they had these problems afterwards. And they send a different guy out who doesn't know what the fuck happened. He's just trying to upsell you.
Uh-huh.
And I get it.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking, I don't mind dealing with homeowners.
Uh-huh.
Some homeowners are pretty easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And for the most part, you kind of learn like doing trade work is like, for the most part, you could be a master fucking tradesman. Mm-hmm. And my dad was so good at what he did, he liked being a dick. Mm-hmm. He loved it.
Yeah.
He loved being just like, he would do a political podcast. I remember I had this bit, I was like, Dad, can you wait till after we get paid until you tell him the pandemic's a hoax? Yeah. He would do it immediately.
That's awesome, dude.
One time we go to it's the old customer's house, dude. I go up in this fucking attic to fucking check a gas leak. I leave him in the living room with the guy he knows and his daughter. I come down, the lady is crying in a recliner. I'm like, what happened? She's like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole. And I go into the truck. My dad's listening to conservative talk radio. hitting his fucking vape. I'm like, what happened? He's like, some fucking communist cunt.
Oh, Papa
so
Pat
he
for
loved
the
it.
win, dude.
I've told this story on the show so many times, but I always retell when I have guests on. But I was working at, like off 225, all the smokestacks over there in Pasadena. That's where I grew up, and like, you're born there.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, you're born there 9 times out of 10, you live there, you work in the plants, you get cancer when you're 50 years old, you die. You make
By the grace of God.
Yeah, you make as much money as you fucking can, and so that produces a certain type of motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? And me and my dad worked in the warehouse, and I was the mechanic's apprentice, and so like I would drive over to the warehouse in the work truck, and I was always fixing their little shop forklift because it was like one of those powered by a little propane tank. It was just always fucking up. And there's this dude there, like, you know those guys, it's like they were 145 pounds in 1958 and never gained or never lost what? Just wiry 65-year-old meth head. Yeah, it's just his arms are just straight sinew. Like he looks scrawny, but could probably rip your bottom jaw.
It's like a chimpanzee.
Yes, dude, exactly. Thick ass, fucking like perfectly manicured square mustache. Like
That's the only thing his wife left him.
yeah. And dude, we were working 7/12s. So you work 13 on, you get a fatigue day, which is a Sunday usually, or you get rained out. I'm tired. I ain't never worked like this in my fucking life. It's 110 degrees every goddamn day, middle of the fucking summer.
Right.
And every day every Friday, we would be in the warehouse. That's where we'd all hang out. And people were like, all right, we're going to go to Neon Moon. You want to get fucked up? I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Let's go. And this guy's like, we're like, what are you doing, Jim? And he's like, I'm going to go to that Oriental massage joint over there at 146.
Nice.
Them girls take real good care of you. You guys ever been? And my dad worked with me, and my dad's like, Jim, man, I ain't going over there, dude. He's like, you should go, dude. That way we get like one of them package deals. and my dad's like, Jim, dude, I've known you fucking 20 years. I ain't trying to get jacked off with you, boy. Like, you know? And he's like, what about your boy here? Hey, babe, you ever let one of them ladies tug on your pecker? And I was like, no. No,
sir.
No, I'm 24 years old. I'm pretty sure. And just for now, I don't know what your life is like. I think if I just hang out with a girl long enough and we're nice to each other, she will tug on my pecker and I don't have to pay her money.
Sometimes.
And so, dude, every Friday, it's hot, dude. I got my fucking high vis on, my boots, I got my FRs. It's 115 fucking degrees. I'm in this warehouse, and he's doing this shit every week. And then one day, man, like fucking, like, quick wit. These guys are so fucking funny, and I think it's because they're so fucking stupid. But he was like, Jake, man, I've been telling you, you've been real fucking pissy lately. You got to let one of them fucking Vietnamese just play with your fucking ball sack a little bit, dude. I'm telling you. Hey, $50, and I go, fucking Jim, you're a nasty old fucking pervert. I'm sick of this shit. But those women are fucking trafficked. And he looked at me. He goes, ain't no traffic on the way over there, Roach.
What you being gay for, man?
Ain't no traffic on the way over there. 146 is easy peasy.
Look at your Google Maps, liberal.
Yeah, and I looked at him and I was like, okay, either you're the funniest fucking person on the planet or you don't know how to read.
It's both.
Genius has found the most unassuming places.
Yeah.
Did Jamal fucking? I think he's helped me out. Tell him about the duck job we did.
Oh my God.
The duck job, the one with all the rat shit.
Yeah, I see. I didn't want to say it was like the one with all the rat shit in it.
Yeah.
Those are your loyal customers.
Well, no,
dude.
they're cool people. Someone use names. So, yeah, but tell them about the rat shit house.
Oh my God, dude. Honestly, I don't know how this dude has been doing this shit like all his goddamn life. Because these goddamn attic fucking doors are so tiny. And like, Jesus Christ, like, what is it? I remember like we're just up there sweating our balls off. And like we have like this one duck thing that's like giving out cold air. We're just taking turns sharing it. And like, I remember just one moment we're just quiet. And it's just we're sweating our asses off. And Patrick's just, BB Anderson.
No, it was like the first time I kind of got to like spec out a duck job on my own. I was like, well, fucking, I mean, Jamal will fucking do this. Because normally I'll subcontract it out. But I was like, you know what? I kind of wanted to learn how to. I never had to do one, and that was good.
That was the day we realized that's what duct tape is called. Duct tape. It's for ducks.
Oh, dude. And plus, it's one of those things too where it's just like I don't know. I reached out to my dad's because you have to do everything yourself. You have to, and especially order the check stuff. And I mean, I'm the kind of guy too where if I have a homie working with me, I'll work 9 hours, 10 hours. I'll get fucking. And we finished the job, and the guy gave us those clamatos.
Oh yeah,
that was the best tasting clamato I ever had.
Dude, I bet that's delicious. Dude.
After a day like that, dude,
sweating your ass off, dude. Goddamn,
we had a great time. We had a great time. Jamal did a good job, but it was just one of those deals too where you're just like, fucking dude.
There's nothing like we worked like 15, 16 days in a row at the plastics plant, man. There's nothing like hitting 610 and with a ice cold michelada, drinking and driving.
dude,
like 6:30, the sun's setting over the Houston skyline.
No radio because you're just fucking.
No radio because you just worked 15 hours in the fucking hot heat, dude. You can't.
Yeah.
And you got the AC on full blast, and you're just drinking. And you know that if a cop stops you, you're just gonna go 100 miles an hour into the wall. You're just. It's over. I don't care.
I'll get the rest of the week off.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. I was getting a ride home from my dad's friend. So my dad at the time when he worked there, he had a sober lock device in his Saturn, and so a lot of times.
Saturn.
He got my grandma's Saturn, the SUV, the View. It was my mom's mom hated my dad. They're both dead, so there's no,
Yeah.
No animosity now.
No animosity there, but
What?
what? There he is right there. You got anything to say, you pussy bitch? There he is. Anyway, and
Clip it.
put the camera on the urn, just the microphone.
That'd be sick. You got anything to say? Knock, knock, man.
Anyway, he was like, hey, I'm going to get it. My dad would do, he's like, I'm going to get one of these hotels over here by the plant. I'm just going to get fucked up. Maybe smoke some crack. You want to come? And I'd be like, no, I'm good. He's like,
Dude, crack.
I'll pass.
Crack with your dad seems like an adventure. That's
we did so much crazy shit together. The one rule that we had was that he was like, I think it'd be wrong if we smoked rock together. And I was like, yeah, I think that would be bad.
sensible idea.
Your man-
Sensible
We would
man.
Your man's got some morals there, man. I love
We would
that.
get drunk, smoke weed, like fucking. We would be high around each other, like coked out, but we never did it together. And every time we would get too squirrely, we'd be at a bar. We used to go to Scout Bar and watch the fucking
hell yeah.
I love Scout Bar, dude.
Dude, Scout Bar's the fucking
Fuck
best.
yeah, dude.
You'd go watch like an Iron Maiden cover band called The Trooper.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, and they're fucking wailing, and you're just high as that this shit's stepped on with meth.
Yeah.
And you're
Absolutely,
fucking,
you're a Scout Bar.
run to the hills, run for your lives. And you're fucking, dude, you're drinking an Adios motherfucker out of a beer pitcher. and you're like, dude, I'm gonna be a school shooter.
Dude, Scout Bar is the county fair for just like white boy burnouts.
Oh, of course.
So,
dude,
so
yes.
you ever been called Deicide?
No, yes, yes.
So I love Deicide. I went to go see them there, and then they have like 4 openers, right? And then we have a friend named Drew Nosick, crazy autistic
Shout
boy.
out Treasure Man.
Oh yeah, shout out Treasure Man. But he's talking to this girl, and she's kind of, you ever just see like kind of like a busted girl, like you tell she's just kind of horny.
Well, she's at Scout Bar, yeah.
Oh, I know. And dude, she looks at me. She's like, "You the funny man." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then it made the rhythm guitarist, the second band got all weird because he was like eyeing this piece all night, and he starts doing this, and I'm like, I don't want no trouble. So the night goes on. I see most of Deicide set. I'm like, I'm gonna walk home. I'm gonna walk back to my car. And then I'm walking, and then I see a F-150 experiencing heavy turbulence.
Oh my.
And I was just like, dude, the smell in there, that's how you know the devil's real, dude. It was that bitch. Just you see, I saw the fat hand on the window. I was like,
Oh my god.
my man's having a hard time getting it hard. He can't move in there.
The Cookie Monster pajama type.
Dude, Suboxone, ICP,
Yes.
Flaming Hot Cheeto Fingers.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Just the Cheeto dust on the window, dude.
You're mashing it.
Dude, the fucking we'd go to Scout Bar, and I would I'll go there with my dad, and I don't know. My dad and I have this. I think I get it from him. We would talk about
crack?
And we're like, we have this thing where it's like we're magnets for insane, chaotic, mentally ill.
You let us into your home, you fucking idiot.
Mistake number 1. Dude. And we were at Scout Bar one time watching this band called Days of the New. Big fan.
I love that.
Dude, Days of the New.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Finally found a reason I don't need an excuse. I got this time on my hands. Yeah, you're the one to. Yeah, dude. Fucking, we were seeing them, and
They're a fucking great band. I love that band.
they're so good live. He's not dead, but I think he's just in Arizona smoking meth. He's no longer.
That's dead if I ever heard of it.
That's a retirement home for fucking 94.5 The Buzz.
Yeah.
With Brother Rod.
And and fucking, dude, these like 2 girls come up and they're like hanging around my dad, and I thought these women were like in their like late 40s, early 50s, around
Hell
his
yeah.
age.
Oh my god,
Dude, she was like, "We're celebrating my 27th birthday."
Oh,
And
nice.
she had like deep forehead ridges
This is
and
the
like
roughest
huge
27 you've ever
bags.
seen.
That's not sleeping for 20
She was like
10 years.
85 pounds. Her friend was every bit of like 400.
Nice. What's her name?
Jesus.
Dude, You got a number? You got an Instagram, pal?
And
you take the thin one, Pat.
All right.
and I remember my dad was. We were out in the back smoking. I was probably like 16, and he was like, "You want the big one or the skinny one?" And I was like, "Dad, I'm not gonna knock down this duo with you. It's not."
Come on, your dad sounds kind of cool.
No,
Hey, you know what? What's your dad's name?
Big Dave, rest in peace.
Hey, Big Dave, I would have knocked him down with you, man. I was just telling you I was on it.
Crack with your brother.
I would just doing crack. Like I need Big Dave and scalp bar. Like, what do you want to do, man?
Yeah, dude.
You want to knock out these fatties, dude? Let's fucking go.
He was like he discovered Tinder like 3 years before he died.
I thought you said he discovered Tinder. Like he's a pioneer.
He built it. Yeah.
That's a crack. Jake, I found this new idea. Give me your phone. Give me your phone.
Give me your phone. I moved to Austin, and he texts me. He's like, "Hey man, call me." So I call him, and he's like, "Dude, I got this thing on my phone where like you put in like your age and pictures of you, and then girls just message you, and you can meet them on there. And like usually, not always, but sometimes they'll suck your dick and they'll fuck you too."
What if he was just like, it's called Craigslist?
Dude, I got this thing called Grindr.
This little Filipino wore lipstick, but didn't let me see her underwear.
Yeah.
Dude, this chick with a mustache was hot as hell, man.
I think this girl had balls, but
She told me she was Guatemalan. That's part of her culture.
and so he was like, he like called. I'm on the phone, and
Guatemalan, dude.
I was like, "Dad, are you on Tinder?" And he's like, "That's what it's called. It's called Tinder." And I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Dude, yeah, some of these girls they're a little younger than me, but like, they like to have a good time." And I was like, "Dad, are you meeting like Scout Bar 3s on Tinder?"
Oh,
And
dude,
just,
come on. Don't be. Hey, man, this guy was doing crack.
Yeah.
Scout Bar 3 is a 10 for Big
Scout
Dave.
Bar,
dude.
yeah, fucked up. Scout Bar 3 is a fucking angel.
You're telling her you can take her away from all this, baby. I can take you away.
I can take you right down the road to Bones. Upstairs. I can take you upstairs.
We're gonna go to Republic House and get married. Have y'all been to Rep House? It's in Pasadena.
No, we used to do shows at Scotty's Pub on the Bay all the time.
Oh, okay. Rep House is like, it's the
I remember Molly's. I go to Molly's.
I go to Molly's all the time. So Molly's and Rep
Every
House.
town has a Molly's.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Needville. I didn't start going out there until I was like in junior college.
Oh, okay. So like Molly's and Rep House are like one of those bars where it's like a reunion for the graduating class before you, after you, and the one like I was 2012, so it'd be like 11, 12, and 13. It was just everybody from those grades. Right before Thanksgiving, you would go and get fucked up there and like try to get your dick sucked by like a girl who like hated you in high school.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
Wait, I do that now.
Yeah, they come to my shows, dude.
What?
and then
Bethany.
you get to see whose lives are really bad, like who from the National Honor Society got really into painkillers way too late.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't be casting stones. 'Cause, like,
Jake, I heard that you.
as somebody a part of the National Honor Society,
I hear your house is made of straight glass, brother. That's,
catalytic converters and pain.
yeah. No, dude, that like run of bars over there around Scout Bar is just like a complete. This is all Houston trivia at this point. This is like barely the. But
this is reliving crime scene footage. This is police body cam footage being transcribed.
Yep.
large handlebar mustache man and Lebanese criminal with lesbian trans woman.
It seems to be a new terror cell, John.
Yeah, they're calling themselves Kayfabe.
That'd be sick, dude. Kayfabe, dude, that's a great band name.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be a sick, like, if we said like hardcore shit, like called Kayfabe.
Like a punk metal band then.
So I'm telling him, I want to make a grindcore band where it's all Stone Cold Steve Austin promos.
Oh my god! Like right before the breakdown. Like,
So basically, it's like
Boom, boom,
there's a
boom,
band.
boom.
There's a band called the Alex Jones Prison Planet, and they put like his rants over like metalcore
Dude, his
riffs.
shit fucks so goddamn.
Awesome.
Get out of my way! I'm gonna drink Diet Coke, and it just.
There's one called Neckbeard Death Camp, and it's like all the lyrics, like they're making fun of incels.
Nice.
But all the lyrics are like, want to get my dick sucked, but I can't. I'm a fucking piece of shit. It's like frat boy punk kind of like that, like in like a little
But
bit.
at
Of
what
beatdown.
point do you make fun of incels where you become an incel?
Well, here's my thing. Okay, we'll talk about this.
become
Just unlock the memory.
Sorry about this. When we were doing spots in Chicago. I was like at this bar. I was talking about like I was just like the greatest wrench in the incel philosophy is just going outside and seeing a 10 out of 10 stacked, like built like Mewtwo Pog, hanging on the arm in
Fucking married. You can be talking like that.
Hold on, man. I'm just about to come. Let me finish.
hanging on the arm of like a line cook named fucking Tube. You know what I mean? Just like, and she's like, I love him. I'm in love with him, and he's got like fucking. He's just got a scar on it on the
We're
side.
still talking about Scout Bar.
Yeah. and it's like I used to go in the r/incel like, and I would go and read these guys, and they would post pictures of themselves. These guys are not ugly. Right, they just have like antisocial personality disorder.
Yeah,
and like sometimes I would like even comment from like a burner account. I was like, dude, like I've worked in.
I'll suck your dick.
No, yeah, I'll fuck you. I clean up pretty good. And
you
so
just
like
smooth past that one. That was a great one.
but they get so like mad if you tell them that they're not ugly. And I'm like, dude, I've worked in construction and kitchens my whole life, and every time we would go out after like a shift, a really bad like brunch shift, where we got our asses kicked, me and the line cooks, all the other line cooks, we would go out, and I would meet their girlfriends, and they would be fucking smoke shows, dude.
Yeah.
Smoke shows.
Well, 'cause when you look
Why
like
do
that,
the drug dealers have hot girlfriends?
Yeah, why do coke dealers have like hot blonde bombshell girlfriends?
Yeah.
So if you went on our incel, right, and you're just like, no, guys, what should you buy an ounce?
Just flip an ounce of coke. That's it.
Yeah.
I want to. You know those like motivational speaker entrepreneur guys that like
Gary Vee?
Yes, their whole like demographic is incels. I want to be one of those guys. I want to travel around in a La Quinta conference room and be like, all you need to do to get pussy is step on an ounce of coke 10 times.
You want to be Ronald Reagan for the incel community.
Yes,
You want to
yes.
introduce
Yeah.
crack.
I got to get coke and ketamine into their hands.
Dude,
yeah.
ketamine will get you the most. It's
Diabolical fucking.
It's girls who won't argue with you for 8 hours.
They're too high on
Yeah,
horse
really
tranquilizers.
Well, there's that one porn star, like she had a ket addiction, and now she's like locked in. It's called locked in syndrome.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's really
yeah.
sad. Yeah.
And she was pretty hot. I mean, like, that was one that you've jerked off to before.
I feel bad jerking off to her now, dude.
I don't. Imagine how hot she
Emily,
is now.
Emily Willis, that's who you're talking about. Emily Willis. I know her name.
You asked me what the rules were. I got another rule: do not jack off to girls in comas.
No. Okay.
You goddamn
Okay,
communist.
you got me. You got me.
You goddamn tanky motherfucker.
My bad.
You fucking fascist.
Whoopsie daisy. I thought blinks were consent. I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Jesus
Patricio.
Christ, Pat.
Okay, that was you did crack with your dad.
I didn't do crack with my. That's the
Allegedly.
one.
You're not listening.
You're not listening.
I said she was locked in.
I've been locked in my whole goddamn life, boy.
Horse tranquilizer, what?
Yeah.
You can have too much, what?
I was telling Thomas I used to go to this bar in Austin called Coco Club, and it's
They do there.
You've been there?
No, I haven't been
Oh,
there.
never mind. Okay.
I have an imagination.
So it's called the Coconut Club, Coco Club for the initiated. It's not a gay bar, but a lot of gay people hang out there. One of those.
That's a
Yeah,
gay
you're
bar.
there.
And yeah, and fucking, I was like really, really drunk and really, really, really yacked up, and I like to my buddy really loud. I was like, "Is this one of those bars that's not a gay bar, but a lot of gay people hang out in it?" And then the bartender heard me, and she goes, "That is super disrespectful."
How so?
Wow.
And
It's
I
an
was-
observation.
And I was like, no, I was just like, she was like, you're being like really obnoxious right now. And in my head, I was like, dude, I'm about to get really obnoxious like right now.
Yeah.
It's 9 p.m. You're gonna, none of you guys, listen, I'm
handle
gonna
it.
say something really obnoxious right now. No bouncer at this club can beat me up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you guys the worst evening.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to call the police.
Oh, the abuse would have been like, I'm a lesbian. Yeah. It's so funny.
I'm a lesbian woman.
If you would have flipped that on her, dude, because like honestly, she couldn't. I mean, technically, you are right.
Play the privilege game.
No,
with
no,
him,
no.
like-
Jake, if I'm a bartender, I start arguing with you because I thought you were obnoxious, and you tell me you're a lesbian woman, I'm actually being more obnoxious by saying you're not.
Right. Yeah.
You see, boys, it's kind of game. You know
Dude,
what
when
I'm
I was we were doing shows.
so I got less pepperonis on my pizza.
Oh yeah, we went to Valentina's. That place.
It was awesome.
That place is fucking. It was so good, dude. Yeah, the fucking. We were doing shows in Portland. I'd never been up there before, and that's the one city where Fox News is right. They're right about everything.
Well, you been to other cities?
Well, no, like, dude, LA isn't that bad. They talk about LA.
yeah,
like
half
smoking
burned
douche.
down.
Dude, it's
It's a
not.
goddamn ashtray now.
I just was there. Dude, Chicago, actually, like the cleanest fucking place, cleanest city I've ever been to. So
Yeah, they get
nice.
the dead bodies off the street fast. Oh, fuck.
yeah.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, I get more respect over here.
Dude, Muslim heaven.
Oh, paradise.
I had a buddy of mine on who's like an Andrew Dice, like big super fan.
Really?
Yes, and he was telling me, I didn't know this, or I had found out like right before he told me.
It was a character.
It was a character he got
Yeah.
stuck doing. He
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
making
Dice
fun
Man.
of open micers from like Jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like he wasn't really this like obnoxiously crass.
I mean, you can
Guido.
say that though, but once you fucking like sell out Madison Square Garden,
yeah, then
that became like
Yeah,
that, like. Even, I mean, how many comics from the '90s too is just like Kinnison's a good example too, where like he kind of became a character of himself.
Yes, yeah.
But how
yeah,
could
yeah.
you not be? I mean, like
It's like Bert Kreischer now. Like, how do you get sober if you're Bert Kreischer? What do you do?
You can't.
You can't.
You just lie about working out every day.
Yeah, dude. When Joe Rogan got him on TRT for 6 months and it just turned him red.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get any muscle mass. He was just like beat red because his blood pressure was like 500.
I love that,
Dude.
it's the exact opposite of a Smurf.
Like I feel like Dice is like the proto Sam Hyde, whereas Sam Hyde pretended to be a Nazi for so long that he like became one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Dice was like, I'm gonna be this like Guido racist guy, and then just like every interview after, he would be like, yeah, you know, too many Puerto Ricans on the fucking train, and it's like, come on, buddy, you're just an interview. Like we're not doing,
right.
you know. And then it's just, oh, that's Dice.
Yeah.
It's kind of. It's also. I mean, like you can also make this argument too for even like Danny McBride a little bit, unless because like he's based off John Rocker. John Rocker's also John Rocker is supposed to fight Patrick Mahomes' dad. I don't know if that's still going to happen.
I really want them to fight.
Because John Rocker is so like he had that. He basically had some interview where he was talking shit about New York, and he basically said like, "You get on a train, nobody's speaking English, and all this crazy shit."
yeah.
And he's a relief pitcher, which is so funny. He fucking pitches. Was he a relief pitcher? Or was he
I don't remember. I don't know.
But that's just so funny to me because I like Danny McBride a lot, but I have the same problem even with like I like Stavros as well. But I watched that new movie like Let's Start a Cult.
Oh, yeah.
and it's just going like we're gonna get sucked up and we're gonna fucking. I'm like, oh, this is Savi.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I like it, but as somebody I consume a lot of your content. Like I have a hard time like if I watch Eastbound and Down, I can't watch Righteous Gemstones or Vice Principals.
Right, because you're seeing Kenny Powers.
Yeah, and he even like in fucking Tropic Thunder, and it's a great
Big ass titties.
Yeah. Well,
One of
she's
the
about to wet
funniest
herself.
fucking scenes of all time, dude.
There's that line. It's like, what kind of sidearm is that? I don't know what it's called. I just know the sound it makes when it takes a man's life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called. I just know the sound it makes when it
lies.
lies.
Dude, that so I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but there's B-roll that Ben Stiller filmed. You guys know Terrence Howard, how he has his own type of science, teriology. It's
Sometimes
his own
it's kind of interesting.
It's insane schizophrenia. But in my opinion, in my 2 cents, there's a
Go ahead, crack boy. Well, tell me more.
Harry Rocker. They fucking so like there was a B-roll that Ben Stiller filmed where it's Robert Downey Jr. in blackface talking
yeah.
like Terrence Howard.
They're in the apartment, right?
And he's there, the guy in his
I know
bathtub,
exactly.
and he's doing math on his
That was
back.
awesome.
Dude, so he's like, everybody think a motherfucker 1 + 1 = 2. They're wrong as hell. 1 + 1 = 3. And get the camera on him. And it's just a human man's body in the bathtub with ice
Yes,
on him.
I know exactly what you're talking
And
about.
he's
It's phenomenal.
drawing on his back, and he's naked. And I'm like, how much coke was in
It's
this?
shot like a snuff film.
It
I
is,
love
dude. It is, and it's like he's got the Vietnam gear on, so you know they just got off set,
Yeah.
and you can hear Ben Stiller's laugh like in the background. He's like, "Now look, I'm drawing on a dead white boy."
To be fair, too, how they set that up was so genius.
Yeah.
Because they had a natural foil for it in the film as
Yes,
well.
of course.
And I thought that was such a like, Tropic Thunder. I mean, like
I know it gets talked about a ton, but it is so
it should because
One of
it's
the best comedy movies of all time, dude.
I was just telling him I watched The Nice Guys recently, and I thought that was the funniest comedy movie.
That
I've
and
seen.
Tropic Thunder, I always say the last two great comedy movies made.
Yeah, man, because it's just I don't really know what it is. It's just like the sauce is kind of lost. Everything seems like a parody.
I've talked to Tom about this a lot. Where like everything right now, if it's not a superhero movie, it is an A24 movie about a ghost with bipolar disorder. It's very
100%,
serious.
yeah.
If it's not Department of Defense funded CIA propaganda,
Some of that's pretty good though.
It is. Some of it's fun. It's literally like a movie about trauma or depression.
Yeah,
100%.
and it's too heavy-handed. Like,
Yeah,
that's
what if,
why I'm
yeah,
making
what if
17.
depression was a ghost? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, they were remaking all the monster movies like the Invisible Man, the Wolf Man, and it's just like an abusive husband.
I thought the Invisible Man ruled. I thought it was a perfect.
I didn't like
I thought
it
the
too
way.
much.
I thought you don't like women.
Man, whose side are you on? Mine. Yeah, shit.
I'm on the man side.
Anyway, Big Dave.
Big Dave, get way in on this.
We say silent.
Yeah, he just says the N word. Yeah. Just hear a ghost.
Women are cool.
Oh, yeah.
That was a joke
You
from
flew
Jamal.
bathroom? Yeah. Go down to the hallway and take a left, and then another left.
Man, my mic was never even plugged in. You racist son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was right. Oh, okay. I was like, was it not? Fuck, that would suck.
That would have been hilarious.
That'd have been so funny.
I would have never heard the end of it.
On the way home, that motherfucker. Yeah.
No, it's left.
You left. Yeah.
Left. You change your filters, man? Have you changed your filters, boy?
I just did like 6 months ago. Probably
fucking change it again.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
dog shit. Anyway, I get what you're saying. it's rare that you see a fucking really. You know what? The best time I had at the movies in a long time. I saw Dune 2 last year.
Yeah, that was good.
Dune 2 was so.
You liked
awesome.
it? I saw a Heretic, and that was the first movie I thought I saw.
Heretic.
That's the one where Hugh Grant plays the atheist. He lures those 2 Mormon girls into his house.
Oh, was that an A24 movie too?
No, it was.
It came out a couple months ago, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Me and my wife watched it. So I don't think it was A24, but it was a similar one of those.
It's boutique horror kind of shit.
Well, yeah, kind of, but
They say elevated horror, which I think is a fucking jerk off term.
It is. Did you ever see The House That Jack Built?
I did.
It's very similar to that. So it's kind of heady, philosophy-y, but it's also a horror movie.
I thought that movie got shit on a lot too because it's a lot of violence against women, which I understand.
Yeah.
But it was a character like if you're doing a character piece on a goddamn serial killer, I don't want it to have a happy ending. I just like, all right, I came here to see some fucked up shit. Show some fucked up shit. You know? And even like the thing is too, even when they make like I like that movie The Dirt, a lot about Motley Crue.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
That should have been fucking 8 episodes long.
Yeah.
They made 6 episodes about the goddamn sex tape.
Yeah.
Like, dude, fucking Vince Neil killed a guy driving drunk. And that's a fucking 2. They gloss over that.
Yeah.
So one of the guys from that band, Faster Pussycat, apparently like a week ago, he was on a cruise with this lady, and they had an argument, and she fell off the balcony. I wonder what happened. So now it's a true crime podcast.
Yeah. The 3 white boys true crime podcast.
It's called kayfabe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I think it's a conversation that like very easily becomes super annoying when a bunch of like comedians are like, nothing's funny anymore. But I do think that the industry doesn't like either when a comedy movie gets made, it's either trying to be the first funny movie, and then it's not funny because it's trying way too hard.
It's forced a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also think part of it is too. It's like, as far as movies go, like I think one of the best descriptions of that is like, hey, the premise of it is kind of what draws me in, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of it, like even Let's Start a Cult, like I like that premise. And it's just more kind of like my own things because I consume a lot of Stavi content.
Yeah.
I just kind of. It's not a bad film. I didn't finish it, right?
Right.
But it's like that premise kind of gets you in, and I don't know, man. We're all gonna die.
I think one of the last good comedy movies I saw. I don't know how I ended up watching it. It's the one with John Cena and Leslie Mann.
He's like
Blockers.
He's a good actor, man. I like him as an actor.
It's called Blockers, but it's like cock blockers.
Yeah,
it's
they
about
changed the name.
it's about these 3 parents who are just like just stressing out about
It's
their
super bad
their kids going to prom, and it's like it doesn't feel forced at all. Like it's just like, and it's honestly very sweet. There's a lot of sweet sentimental moments that they have, like genuine moments with their kids. Like, dude, fucking John Cena just fucking butt chugging a beer, dude. Like, dude, like that shit was like fucking hilarious.
My favorite thing about John Cena being a wrestler and also being like an incredibly articulate and intelligent man, is that he's been dressing. Vince McMahon has had him dressing like a 9-year-old wigger for 30 years.
For real, dude.
Big ass jean shorts, backwards hat. We're all around the same age. The kid in elementary school that dressed like that was also the kid that called his white teacher the N-word.
Yep, exactly.
So I'm like, okay, Triple H was like, what was he before he was Triple H? It was like the blue blood. He was this like kind of rich. This is
I'm not sure. That's a Patrick question.
But. They never changed Cena's gimmick, which was he is a huge swole wigger. That's what he is. Which is an incredible thing.
Hell yeah.
And now you watch interviews of him, he speaks like perfect Mandarin.
Yeah,
He's like a big
dude.
car guy too, where he like knows about engines and like internal combustion and all this stuff. And then you see him on the fucking WWE screen and he's like, a motherfucker don't know.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah, hustle, loyalty, respect, dude.
Hustle, loyalty. Oh, Patrick, you'll love this, dude. So Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. My great aunt, actually, every Thanksgiving she would drink 3 bottles of fucking gas station Yellowtail Cabernet.
Hell yeah!
And then she would proceed to tell all of us that she used to suck Eddie Guerrero's dick.
Viva la raza. Eddie Guerrero was such a good fucking rap.
Sorry, I can't let that one go. Just to come sit back down here.
He's the guy who one of the best matches I ever saw is 2002 No Way Out is when he beat Brock Lesnar for the championship.
Yeah.
And that's WrestleMania 20, where at the end of the show they end it with Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero as like against their big triumphant moment because like their whole lives they were always like the guys who were like undersized but like the best workers.
Yeah.
And which is wild. I mean, I don't know, man. That shit gets me kind of sentimental.
Yeah.
I love shit like that, man. And basically, I don't know. It's being a comic too, which is like, oh, these guys were like the best comics, and they finally got recognized on the biggest stage.
Dude. It was. I liked Eddie Guerrero, like, because I stopped watching right after the Attitude Era, but I was obsessed with WWE and ECW. Like, I had all of. Do you remember the camera just died. That's the end of the episode.
Hey.
Bye.
Later, boy. I was gonna say how long you want to do, but